Hello everyone, I'm back today with another video. This is going to be another ranked game against Magneto. I just played him, of course, in the last video, and then I was actually matched up against him again, and he ended up leaving the game. But then we matched up another time, and so now we're playing a third game in a row. So, we'll have to wait and see how this game goes, but to start off, he's going to lose 2 captains. And I'll probably lose the major, or not, okay. I'm actually going to blitz with this major, and just see what happens here. See if he takes me or not. Okay, then I'm going to lotto the side here, since he hasn't taken me. Okay. I'll go ahead and take this here, and Sergeant, very good. Now this is where his colonel was last game, so I'm automatically suspicious of this piece here. That's fine. I'm just going to trade that off. Get rid of that. I'm going to scout this just to be sure. Okay, that's fine. I'll probably keep lottoing with my major, just because I can. Sergeant, okay, that works. So now he's going to come out with that piece, which, like I said, I'm automatically suspicious of it. Only because I don't want to go down 2 pieces am I not calling this. But if you remember in the last game, I'm going to retreat on that, and I'm going to hit this blind with a captain. Hope it's not as major, because that would be sad. But I'll hit this piece as well. I guess it could be another major, but I don't think so. Okay, so this is a bluff, so I'm just going to do that. If that was actually a good piece, then he would have moved away from my scout. But I'll go ahead and threaten this here. And I'll hit over. Interesting. Okay, I'll hit that. And it is a trade. Okay, very good. So Colonel there, just like last time, and we'll see if he has something to kill me or not. Doesn't appear to be able to. So I will just go ahead and threaten this, and we'll see what it is. Okay. So, go ahead and trade that off, and I will be up 2 captains, a lieutenant, 2 sergeants, and down 4 scouts. So, pretty good start, if I must say so myself. Willing to risk a captain to find out this piece, since he's going to avoid, I'll take that lieutenant. So, definitely a very good start. Of course, I can always afford to lose, captains. For info and such, because I'm also up 2 lieutenants. Now this maybe wasn't the best design, because he very well might hit this with his captain. Yeah, I'm going to trade this off, and we're going to hope that's a major that goes into the bomb. That would be nice, because I don't really like losing a lieutenant and then trading that off. But hopefully he does go into the bomb, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Scout from him, okay. Alright, so he will go into the bomb, that's very good. I'm going to go ahead and put a scout there just in case. I only have 2 scouts left, so I don't want to use them too abundantly. I think whatever this piece is, I will... I'm not sure what to do with that yet. Okay. So I have these 2 revealed captains in the center, and I'm going to want to try to guard them. Let me bring the captain over to this side, and I'll hit this piece if it moves here. Slightly unfortunate, but I'll get the major out of it. It is his last major, so basically I'll trade being up 2 captains to being up 1 captain and 2 majors. So I'm up a major, captain, lieutenant, and 2 sergeants. So not the most ideal scenario, but it's not horrible either. We'll go ahead and leave that right there. Okay, he's going to scout my bomb. That's fine with me. We're going to come up with a scout of our own. I'd like to scout one of these two and see if he has the same positions, because he seems quite fond of having them in the same place. I'm actually going to retreat on that. Okay. Let's check that. Minor. Huh. Well, he changed up something at least. Okay. That is my last scout. Maybe that wasn't quite the best decision I've ever made. But if he wants to suicide his minor into my sergeant, that works for me. So I'll take that. Now I'm going to want to bluff my spy a bit better. So I'm going to... Ooh, that's rough. So I'm not going to bluff the spy because it's really obvious at this point. But I'm just going to have to stay put there. Let me try to trap this piece and see if I can get something done on this side over here. Okay. Let's come up with our captain, and I'm willing to give away... I probably shouldn't have left that there. That was dumb. That was moving too quickly. I didn't really mean to leave that there. So we're going to move there. Captain trade. Okay, that's fine with me, I guess. Come out with our sergeant. So we're up a major, a captain, a lieutenant, 2 sergeants. So we still have a huge lead, in all honesty. So let me do this. I'll take with the major. Could be a lieutenant. Sergeant. Okay, well, I was obviously forced to take that, or else he would have maybe lottoed some minors, which would have been bad. So I still have a very strong lead, but that's annoying, but at least I have the info. So we know his colonel. I'm going to come up with my sergeant, and we're going to try to bluff him. And this is not the marshal, it came from back here, I don't believe that, so I'll hit that with my general. Okay, that's good, he's going to waste another piece, I like that. So I'll come up with my minor, which is unknown. He does have 4 scouts, I would like to try to take some of those, that would be good for me. But his problem in these games is he has none of these pieces. So he has just 1 lieutenant and 1 sergeant to combat, an army of those pieces from me. So what I'm going to do is we're going to retreat with the sergeant. We're going to put it along the column and bring it down there. And then I'll come out with the minor. But I'm going to have to sell this as my marshal because he does know my general already. Alright, I'm going to come out with my lieutenant on this one. The lieutenant can only be traded or discovered by the general or marshal, and I'm more than willing to lose a lieutenant for that purpose. Okay, that works. That's very good. So I'll just leave that there. I don't know why he doesn't use scouts. It doesn't seem very logical to me. Do that, even if he scouts my minor, which I envision he'll probably do sooner or later. Even if he does that, then that's fine with me. I think this is a scout. So I'm going to just leave that lieutenant there for now, though. I'm not sure what to think about this piece. Because when my colonel was placed, he tried to bluff it with this piece, and I didn't believe that. But if this was a good piece, then he could have bluffed with that one. So I'm not so sure what to think. But what I do know is I'm going to come up with a sergeant. We're going to try to get some info. That's probably a scout, and he's probably going to be forced to take my sergeant. Okay, that's quite annoying, actually. That's kind of irritating. I figured that would be a scout, and the fact that that was his last lieutenant is pretty annoying. But we'll trade that off, hopefully. Good. Okay, that's perfect. So now I can come up with my miners, because he has one sergeant to deal with me. And yeah, like I said, his problem is his deficiency in these pieces here. He doesn't have anything to combat my masses of miners, because I take very good protection and care of my miners, and you can see with that. I hope this isn't a sergeant. That would be annoying. Okay, they're very good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with my captain. Maybe he'll bring out a sergeant, right? Because it makes sense that, you know, this is my last miner, right? Or not my last miner, but one of my miners just sitting in the corner. So if I could get his last sergeant off of this, that would be excellent. Yeah, I'm figuring that was a scout there. So I'm going to keep that put there, and if he takes me, that's fine. Okay, Marshal. So, probably General. This is probably the Gen. He does know all three of these pieces. He knows the Sergeant as well. So I'm up a Major, I'm up a Lieutenant, I'm up 2 Sergeants, I'm up 3 Miners, down 3 Scouts, which is the only annoying part. Let's come up with our real Marshal, because I just think we'll need to probably defend soon. Let's retreat on that. I'm going to come out with my Colonel here. I'm going to want to eventually trade off, because that just gives him less of an opportunity to try to trap my pieces. Okay. So I'm going to want to tuck the Colonel in over here, and then we're going to go down. I think that's probably a somewhat decent piece. I don't think it's a Scout, I think it's a Sergeant or Miner. But this is the Gen here. This came from back here. I'm going to do this, and then we're going to move up with our Colonel. And if possible, I would love to trade Colonels. So we have Marshal, probably Gen. I don't know, but probably Miner or Sergeant. I could come up and threaten it with my Sergeant. Do that. Let's do that. Okay, he'll trade, that's fine. I'm going to come up with my Sergeant then. Okay, he's going to scout. Alright, so he's going to scout my Lieutenant, which he already knew, by the way. He knew that piece. Alright, so we have his Marshal, what is probably the Gen. Now this is a known miner. Let's see how far I can get with this piece. He's going to have to stop me. Let me come up with the Sergeant on the other side. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. Alright, let's just confirm that's the gen. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna be assertive with my sergeant, and we're gonna put that there. And we're gonna make it so that he cannot trade, or two-square me, excuse me, and then I will trade that off, or at least force him to the other side. Okay, that's fine. Alright, whatever. That's mildly annoying, but it doesn't really matter. I just have too much of a lead for him to do anything about. Even as I said, yeah, that is kind of annoying. Yeah, he's not. He'd have to like bring his spy up and put it next to my marshal and force me to hit it. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to come up with my sergeant. We're going to advance up here. Threaten this. I don't think it's the spy, but it could be, and I have to respect that. Looks like he's going to excavate that marshal of his. Take that. Minor. Okay. So that will be his last minor. He can take whatever he wants, but we are trading generals. He's going to probably lotto that major, because I know that moved. Right. But because I'm going to be able to force a general trade, I don't think he's going to be able to really do anything. Okay. I'll go ahead and save these just because I can. He's out of minors, so he has no chance at winning. He can only lotto, which I expect him to do. It's his only choice. Okay, looks like he just wants to chase some more. Alright, we'll gladly trade that off, and that is a one game. He's not going to be able to do anything about, he's not going to be able to do anything about my lead. Because he can't lotto my minors, I won't let him lotto all of them. And he has, don't think that's a bomb, I guess it could be. But one of these is the spy, one of them isn't. He's probably going to plant himself into a bomb anyway. See, out of all the places to lotto, this is literally the worst. Because you know that these are probably bombs, right? One of these two is the flag, because I usually do close flag. Almost always, actually. But as predicted, that is his spy. I didn't think that minor that I took with my sergeant was his spy, but I had to respect it, just out of an abundance of caution. We'll go ahead and come out here with our minor. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and force his marshal one way or another. He's probably going to scout that bomb, which is fine. Okay. But I'll be able to save at least two of my minors here. So he has a sergeant. Okay. He's got a sergeant, he's got 6 bombs, and he's got a flag here. Okay. We'll bring our marshal over, but I'm going to want to save this minor first. I envision he's probably going to chase my sergeant now, but that's fine, because he won't be able to force anything. So I'll just play 3-square shuffle with him. Eventually he will get bored of that, or the administrator will tell him to stop, and then he'll have to threaten something else or shuffle somewhere else, and then I'll be able to execute my plan here. Alright, I'm kind of tired of this. I'm just going to hit that, and we'll just run up with our Marshal, and we'll force the win here. Alright, so let's come around with our Miner. Of course, I have 2 chances at this, because if he does, in fact, kill my Miner, then with his Sergeant, then I'll be able to trap and kill that Sergeant, and he won't be able to do anything else. If he's going to lotto that Sergeant, then I will very gladly trap him. So yeah, that'll be the end then. I'll sacrifice the Miner to trap him here, and then that's clearly it. Okay, I'll sacrifice that, and we'll trap him, and all he has left is that Sergeant of his. I'll go ahead and take this, and flag on the first try. How about that? Very good. So, good end to another good game, another good win against this guy. Very happy with that plus 11. Hopefully, continue to do well on this last day of playing Stratego. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and see you guys in the next video.